I'm really happy and excited that you clicked on this video because we're going to be learning about Election Day in this video. Election Day in the United States of America. Election Day is usually the first Tuesday in November in an election year. I say usually because if the first Tuesday of November is November 1st, then Election Day is actually on the second Tuesday of November in that election year. Thankfully, Election Day is never the day after Halloween, which works out because Halloween is really busy and full of fun. It might be a lot to have Election Day the day after Halloween. So Election Day is usually the first Tuesday in November in an election year, unless the first Tuesday is November 1st. Now, not every year is an election year. Some years are election years, some aren't. Election Day only happens in election years. It doesn't happen every year. When it does, it's a big deal. Election Day is this really special day when the people of the United States say, "This is what I think. This is what I believe is best." They do that by voting. Voting is how people make decisions about the government. What's really cool about that is that the United States government is a government for the people, by the people. That means our thoughts and opinions about the government matter. People share what they think and help make decisions about the government by voting in an election. That's why Election Day is so awesome. Now hold on, wait a second. How often do election years happen? If they don't happen every year, how often do election years happen? Well, presidential elections happen every 4 years, and in between presidential elections, we have something called midterm elections. That means when you count presidential elections and midterm elections, we have an election day every 2 years. They alternate between presidential elections and midterm elections. Both types of elections are really important. Oh, here's an interesting question. Does everyone vote on Election Day itself? Is that the day that everyone votes? Actually, no. A lot of people do vote on Election Day, but if someone would like to vote before Election Day, they can through early voting or they can vote by mail. With early voting, you go to an official voting location and vote as you would on Election Day. With mail-in voting, you don't go to a voting location. You fill out your ballot, the paper with the decisions you are making, and you send it in. So while a lot of people do vote on Election Day itself, people don't have to. They can vote early if they choose. Wow, look at this voting location. I mentioned voting locations earlier. Voting locations are official places where you can vote on Election Day or in early voting. They are also called polling places. Polling places. So if you hear someone talking about their polling place, they are talking about their voting location. Polling places are locations that are familiar to people in the community and easy to get to. Libraries, community centers, and even schools can serve as polling places. As you can imagine, it's important for polling places to be able to handle lots of people. They can be very busy. If you go to a polling place on Election Day or even in early voting, you may have to wait a while. Sometimes a long while. I'm just saying, maybe bring a book, okay? You'll make it, Kevin. You'll make it, Kevin. I believe in you. I believe in you. Another fascinating fact about Election Day is that it's a time when adults wear stickers. Have you ever seen stickers that say, "I voted"? You'll see a lot of them leading up to Election Day, and especially on Election Day itself. It's a great way to celebrate that you participated in the election. It's also a reminder to people that see the sticker that they have a part to play in this too, that they should vote too if they haven't yet. Oh, here's Bill showing us his "I voted" sticker. That's great, Bill. I'm so glad you voted. Let's see where Bill puts his sticker. Okay, on his finger. Hey, that's cool. A lot of times people put it on their clothes, but this is great too, Bill. You know, this is awesome. Before we're done learning about Election Day, I want to tell you about the very first time I voted. It was in the year 2006. I was 19 years old. I remember it was a midterm election. I went to my local library, which was a perfect polling place. I had been to the library so many times, but this time I was going to vote. And honestly, it really felt amazing to vote for that first time. I was just so excited. It was such a cool feeling knowing I was able to share how I felt and be a part of making decisions about the government. I got my sticker, and most importantly, I felt really good about the decisions I made on the ballot. When you're an adult, you'll get that same opportunity. It's pretty incredible. It's a privilege. It's such a neat thing to be able to do, but it's also a responsibility. The United States government is a government for the people, by the people. The same goes for your state and your local community. If you see an I voted sticker, you know that person did their part. They shared their voice and their opinions. Even Bill. Thanks, Bill. You enjoy your sticker. Have fun, Have a great time with your sticker. I really appreciate you learning about Election Day with me. I hope you had a great time. You can subscribe if you haven't yet if you want to learn more cool things. I want to thank all of my patrons from the bottom of my heart, and thank you for watching and learning with me. You are so cool, so awesome, and you know what? I'll see you next learning video.